Ready? Okay, I see you going. Hi, well, I'm John Riolo, and this is Mary and Bromley and I's backyard. We're talking about having a nature-friendly backyard. Now, really what that means is that for a nature-friendly backyard, you do need some care. It's not total neglect, but you really don't have to do that much. Nature does most of the work for us. If you can look around here, what we have here is not a manicured lawn by any stretch of the imagination. And most of the plants and trees here planted themselves. We certainly took out some that didn't belong in their place or whatever, but with the exception of this ornamental plum, which was the first tree we bought when we moved here, that's the only non-invasive plant we think we have. I say think because, to be totally honest, we're not 100% sure, at least I'm not, Mary and might have more knowledge than I do, of all the different plants we have here. What we do have, and come walk with me this way, is we have plants that are designed to do a couple of things. One, the trees provide us shade into our house, which since they started growing has made a big difference in our summer, cooling and whatever, just being in our living room. But more than that, every tree we have here is bird and wildlife habitat. That particular wax myrtle over there by the water, when we moved here, did not exist, or it was a stub about maybe 6 inches off the ground. We've let it grow, and we try and have it so that birds will find those branches conducive to perch on, and they do. This particular tree was here. It's a berry tree of some kind. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea the particular type of tree. It produces those red berries in the fall that the cedar waxwings get drunk on, and unfortunately a couple of them crash into windows. But the birds seem to love the berries on this tree. That little pine tree planted itself, and we just supported it when the hurricane came, the pine tree right here, so that it didn't blow over. And it withstood the hurricane. Down by our water's edge, we have more wax myrtles, and you could see some branches laying down by, the water's edge there. That serves two important purposes. One, it provides little perches for birds and turtles, but an interesting thing occurs. We have an alligator, actually several alligators in this pond. They like the sun right here at this bank. For reasons I don't fully understand, once we put those logs there, they don't come up any higher than those logs. They hug the logs and stay there. We've had problems with alligators coming up the hill, and while I like wildlife, that was a little bit too close for comfort for our part. So what we're trying to do is to let nature develop the backyard for us in a way that both we and the wildlife here can enjoy. This, believe it or not, little twig here, at least we're told by the Arbor Day Foundation, is a live oak. For a small donation, they sent us 10 of these little twigs. We've planted all 10. About 6 of them actually germinated. And in 150, 200 years, this will become one of those majestic live oaks that we all talked about. I have a feeling I'm not going to be around for it, but nevertheless, it's planning for the future. That's another particular live oak tree over there. Over there in our neighbor's yard, actually, we did that recently. We've just planted a few things in there to try and hold back some erosion. Plants, trees, shrubs, as most people know, are the greatest barriers against erosion that you can think of. So we try and cultivate it as much as possible. As we go around, take a walk down this way. Since the alligator's not here, it's safe to walk by. Generally, when he's at the bank, we give him plenty of room. It's his yard too. We have here, again, mostly wax myrtles. This particular tree is a dead wax mill that's coming up here. As you can see, one's in front, but this branch here is quite dead. It serves a valuable purpose. Birds and woodpeckers feed off it. Birds perch on it. Eventually it will fall, but we hope that even when it does fall, we don't remove it. We can leave it here, and it again can replenish the soil and become a shelter and a food source for wildlife. Oh my gosh, this is another live oak. It really blossomed in the past week or so. Another one over there. Who knows how many of these trees will really take hold. But the idea we try and do is we let things grow, see what happens. This here, ended up shortly here, is our National Wildlife Certification Habitat. It's really not that difficult to obtain. We basically make a donation, you get some booklets, promise to try and make something environmentally friendly. You get a nice little sign. There's not much more to this. Hopefully if people come out to our house in the open house, we can answer questions, and we're going to have a guest speaker, a Mrs. Orr, I believe, who is going to actually probably critique and maybe tell us some of the things we're doing wrong and some of the things we may want to do, make changes and improve things. Anyway, that's it. I hope this video was useful and can be instructive for some of us. So, see you at our next Nature Club event. Take care.